What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to cut some Pomoca skins for a telemark ski. These particular ones are a Hyper Glide Voilé skin, and we're going to be putting them on a pair of DPS skis. So it's going to be pretty simple, and we'll show you the process. So you've obviously got the skin side and you've got the glue side. So this little kind of plastic piece was on the glue side. First thing you're gonna wanna do is peel it off, and then you've got your entire skin like this. I always like to kind of grab the tip. This is kind of how the Voilé tip looks, and put it over the front of the ski. And then I sort of just lay this whole thing out just flat on the ski really lightly. Not too worried about how straight it is or anything like that, but hook it over like that and then just sort of run it down the length of the ski. One thing I try to do is kind of keep it centered the best you can. And you can kind of hold the back of the tail like that. But one thing I'm gonna do to kind of measure it is I'm gonna put my fingers underneath here and kind of make sure there's sort of even sides underneath on the glue side. And if I need to, I can kind of pull it and sort of readjust it this way. And you can kind of feel the edges here. So I'm kind of smoothing it out from the tip of the ski all the way to the tail. And then making sure it's even underneath until I'm satisfied that this side and this side are even on the sticky side. And then I know the skin's centered. Make sure to take any of the creases out just by running your hand from the tip to the tail like this. All right, so I've got everything kind of evened up right now. These Hyper Glide skins from Voilé are made by Pomoca. So they kind of have this plastic style tail clip. And the key to these is you don't really want to have this super tight. This is kind of where I'm measuring it. Basically, it looks like it kind of ends up right about the tail, where the plastic piece. And then what we're going to be able to do here is kind of pull it up where this edge is on the end. And then you're just gonna roll it over and it gets a nice little snap. So you can see the tightness is pretty good there, and it's not really moving side to side. These can be a little funky to adjust just because they have these little, they have these little grooves right here. If you can see those, and you kind of have to get these little notches to go into these different sections. So sometimes that can be a little tricky at first when you're trying it. All right, so today I'm gonna be using this cool little cutting tool that Pomoca makes. This is the first day that I've used this, and it's amazing. I was using a G3 tool before, but I think I'm probably gonna move to using this thing. It's kind of got an offset set of blades. And basically what you're able to do is put this up against the ski and kind of move it forward like that. And it takes it about 1 mil off so the edge still is showing, and makes a perfect cut. So I've kind of butted this up against the end here just to give it a nice thing to stop it on. And what I'm gonna do is start from tip to tail and start cutting from tip to tail and just working back. So basically you see there's kind of a ridge right along here, and that's actually gonna go on top of ski, and then the skin is gonna go right on this section. So if you peel back the ski, you'll actually see that part goes right on top. And you're gonna wanna start back. Usually you need to cut a little bit to get going and then come back and clean up this front part. Sometimes it can be a little tricky to get it started, and you'll have to come back and kind of clean that tip up. But now I've got that pushed up against the base underneath. That little ledge is on top of the ski base, and then that skin's just running through there, and I'm just gonna grab here, keep pressure, and just start pushing along all the way back to the tail. You'll see it leaves that little edge exposed so you can still edge while you're skinning up. Perfect little cut. So a lot of times you'll kind of get this weird little excess, you know, the edges weren't perfect just because the tip's kind of a hard place to start on these. Usually grab like a normal razor blade and just kind of reverse cut, just kind of go along, and you can just kind of trim up the edge. And that edge will use as a nice guide to make it easy. Just kind of clean up that little fuzz, and you're set to go. So there you can see there's a little bit of edge exposed on both sides, and that's going to make it a lot easier for you to climb uphill, still be able to edge if there's some hard pack or kind of variable conditions. And then from there you're just going to take your tip clip off, and you want to try to keep, you know, especially if you're working in a shop area, try to keep things away from the debris or anything like that, because the glue can kind of be sensitive. What I like to do is kind of take this end, just kind of match it up so that you're gonna go glue to glue side, and then slowly kind of pat them together. Once you got that, you can kind of fold them up, put them in your bag, and you're set to jut. Thanks for watching today.